Okay, where the hell did this come from? Hi guys, in this episode of Blamey's Thoughts Zone, I guess I'm gonna be sharing my thoughts about the current reveal of a new spin-off in the Walking Dead universe, as if we already didn't have like 10 going on. And this spin-off, for those of you who haven't seen the news, is based on Negan and Maggie. It's gonna be a spin-off featuring them as the main characters, and it's gonna be set in New York, or more specifically Manhattan. The name of the spin-off is actually really interesting, called Isle of the Dead. I think it's pretty much the first Walking Dead series that is not Walking Dead, that doesn't have Walking Dead in its name, because we have the main show, which is called The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, The Walking Dead World Beyond, and Tales of the Walking Dead. So even though the Daryl and Carol spin-off has been revealed much earlier, it still hasn't gotten an official name. So this is actually the first one that doesn't have The Walking in its name. So that is kind of interesting. But where the fuck did this come from? What hole did they pull this shit out of? Like, I know that there was speculation and talks about a Negan spin-off, but I didn't thought it was gonna be this. And even then, we still don't know exactly what it's gonna be about, although considering that we have this spin-off of two main characters and we have another spin-off of two main characters in the form of Daryl and Carol, it's kinda easy to think of what could possibly this spin-off be about. It's obviously gonna be about looking for Rick, because what other justification could you have for these four characters going on their own, in a way, while everybody else stays at the Commonwealth or Alexandria, and depending on where the story ends with that. It's like this kind of came completely from left field, and this was literally my reaction. Yeah. I don't even know what to say about this. We don't really have much information about it other than a poster, which I'm gonna show to you, but you can easily see it on the Walking Dead Twitter account. And I literally just randomly stumbled upon this news on Reddit. I was just like checking the Walking Dead subreddit, I think, and I saw news about a new Walking Dead spin-off, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, where the hell did they pull this shit out of? And how the fuck are Negan and Maggie gonna be together in a show? Like, for the first like 8 episodes, or 9 even, you could say, of season 11, the story has been primarily focused on Negan and Maggie and their relationship. And as much as I enjoyed that, and I like that they got focus, and it was interesting and everything, I gotta say, by the end of it, their constant bickering about what they're supposed to do really started to get old. So I really hope that's not gonna be the only thing the story of Isle of the Dead is gonna focus on, because goddamn, that would be kind of annoying. And then, is that gonna feature Herschel as well? Because I can't see Maggie leaving Herschel behind, so it's gonna be Negan, Maggie, and Herschel. I mean, I don't know. It really feels like if they keep doing these spin-offs, why the fuck don't you just continue the main show? Like, I don't want to come off as very complaining about this, because I've seen a lot of people say continue complaining and repeat the same shit that they've been saying about The Walking Dead. Oh, the AMC is milking this show. Oh, is this show still on? Is this universe still a thing? That's not my opinion about this. I'm just like, why? It's like, I'm gonna watch it, I'm probably gonna enjoy it, don't get me wrong, but like, at a certain point, if you keep making these spin-offs for these characters, why end the main show? I feel like they're kind of ending the main show just so these assholes on Reddit can stop saying, is this show still on? Because they will not have the fun of saying that every time a thread about the Walking Dead universe is posted on our television or something. Because, like, these are practically the four main characters. Daryl, Carol, Maggie, and Negan. Like, who else? Who else is a main character? I mean, sure, we have other characters like Eugene, Rosita, but hell, I'm pretty sure these are 4 out of the 5 characters on the season 11 poster, the 5th one being Mercer. So, yeah, the main cast practically got 2 spin-offs. I'm really curious how the rest of the cast of The Walking Dead feels about this. Because it really, really feels like they're just gonna get their money makers and they're just gonna do shows with them. They're kind of just cutting out the excess weight in a way. I mean, I already kind of felt like that when it came to Daryl and Carol spin-off, but now with this one as well, it really feels like that. And at this point, if they're gonna make all these spin-offs, I feel like the more spin-offs that we get from the Walking Dead universe, the more likely it is that we're eventually gonna get something like The Walking Dead Generations, where we're gonna have a spin-off that focuses on our main characters' children as adults, which is something that I personally really, really want to see. So I hope that they do that. You hear that, AMC? Please do that. I'll pay mad money for that. But yeah, this kind of came out of left field. And why New York? I assume that means that it's probably going to have connection to the CRM because they have some locations around New York and the CRM's got to be somewhere there, so that's going to be interesting. I wonder where they're going to shoot it though. If it's going to be set in New York, I don't think they can still shoot in Georgia. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, I don't know. Fear the Walking Dead has moved to Georgia already. I'm pretty sure World Beyond was shot in Virginia, I think. I'm not sure where Tales of the Walking Dead is being shot. I assume in Georgia as well. Yeah, crazy shit is happening in the Walking Dead universe, and it literally came out of left field. Like there was no rumors, no news at all. Or at least I don't think there was. Like maybe I've read like a comment on Reddit that was talking about a Maggie spin-off or a Negan spin-off. And especially the Negan spin-off has been something that we've all said as fans that we want. So that is not that surprising. What's surprising is, for me at least, that Maggie is there as well. And it's a Negan and Maggie spin-off. And it's in New York. And I, again, can't imagine that Maggie's gonna leave her child to live at the Commonwealth. And I'm really curious how it's gonna be with Daryl leaving Judith and RJ at the Commonwealth. Like, who the hell is gonna take care of them? Eugene? Like, seriously, I'm really curious how they're gonna go with that. Where they're gonna go with that. It's all gonna really depend on how the finale of the main show goes. And at this rate, it's not gonna be so much as a finale as it is just gonna be a backdoor pilot at this point. And there has been also rumors about castings for I think the final episode, because for those of you who have read the comics or haven't read the comics, it ends with a time jump. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to specify more than that. It ends with a time jump. So presumably that's what they're going to do in the show as well. And there have been some castings about certain adult characters that fit the characteristics of Judith and RJ, which is making me really worried about certain things, because if they're casting adult Judith and RJ, it means A, maybe they will do spin-off based on that. I really hope they do. But 2, how the fuck are you gonna explain Rick still not being there all those years later? Because I wouldn't buy it. Like, it's already hard to believe that he hasn't come back in like 6-7 years. How are you gonna explain Michonne being gone? At that point, they might as well be dead. And if we even see any of the movies, let alone see anything about them in the movies, it will be really interesting. But I'm just worried about how exactly they're going to handle that time jump, especially with these 2 spin-offs now, with Daryl and Carol and Negan and Maggie. I don't know, I'm just still shocked by the news of this spin-off, because I literally did not expect it. And the last, the last 2 weeks have been kind of shocking for different reasons that have nothing to do with this show, so I'm kind of done with my mind being blown, Can we stop? Can we just chill, please? I'm tired of shocking things happening in my life. Okay, the last 3 years have been too exhausting in that regard. But yeah, overall, I'm excited. Like, it's a new location. It's characters that I enjoy. I'm obviously at the very least, even if I wasn't such a big fan of The Walking Dead to the point that I would literally watch anything The Walking Dead, as long as it's not complete boring garbage, because that's what Fear was during season 4 and 5, and that's why I didn't watch it during season 4 and 5. But I will be watching through it at some point when I get to reviewing those episodes. I'll be reviewing the whole show. I've been reviewing the show since the beginning of season 6, and I've reviewed, I think, like 2 or 3 episodes from season 1. I gotta get back to that at some point. So even if I wasn't that big of a fan of The Walking Dead, I would still at least check out the first episode to see at least where they're going to go with this. But man, there's so much to be excited about in the Walking Dead universe already. And there's so many things that could possibly set up even more exciting things, potential spin-offs or whatever, I don't know, but it's exciting. At this point, The Walking Dead is practically not ending, for all intents and purposes. Because, like, when Daryl, Carol, Maggie, and Negan are getting continuation, like, what's the point of ending it? At that point, keep the main show, The Walking Dead, but keep the smaller cast, like, I don't know. Because there's a lot of the cast of characters in The Walking Dead that I feel like don't really get enough spotlight. Like, I've kind of felt like in the last couple of years, both Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead have really had a hard time handling a big cast of characters and giving all of them meaningful development. But at least I feel like Fear has handled that better in the last 2 seasons because of the fact that each episode in the seasons focuses on one character. So that kind of allows for the characters to get to do something, at least for an episode, and makes it feel like they're not just side characters. That's why I also enjoyed the season 10C episodes, because in those episodes we got certain characters who, like Aaron and Gabriel, who until that point I didn't really care that much about, or at least they didn't feel the weight and impact. They never felt like they were on the same level as characters as our OGs, like the main characters in the form of Maggie and Daryl. But after watching those 2 episodes, they actually finally felt like part of the main cast for me. That's why I said for that episode that it felt like an episode from season 6. It should have been a season 6 episode. But yeah, I'm getting a little bit sidetracked. This ended up being a little bit more of a rant or just a rambling about the Walking Dead universe. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. The Walking Dead might as well not be ending at this point. It's still going to be a shame because I love all of these characters. And as I was saying, The Walking Dead has struggled with giving all these characters spotlights. So cutting out the main characters like Daryl, Carol, Maggie, and Negan, and giving more spotlight to the rest of the characters in a possible continuation of the main show would be something that I would prefer. But yeah, because it would be shame that we're never gonna see Lydia again, or possibly we're never gonna see Judith again. That's why it makes me think that there's possibly The Walking Dead next generation in the works as well. I feel like that's such a simple and easy concept to go for, but I feel like you should at least first wrap up the current storylines with the CRM and shit. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of shocked about what I learned about the Walking Dead universe. It came out of left field, and the weird thing is, it already has a title. Why does this already have a title when the Daryl Carol spin-off doesn't? Like, it really feels like the Daryl Carol spin-off is the least likely. All of a sudden, that spin-off is the least likely to happen to me, because Tales of the Walking Dead for the longest time was said that it's a thing, but it wasn't officially confirmed and wasn't like starting production. But they've already recorded, I think, like 2 or 3 episodes, and it's gonna be airing this summer. And this new spin-off already has its title and poster, So where the hell is the Daryl and Carol poster? Or they maybe possibly still have no idea where it's gonna go. I mean, it makes sense that it's not gonna have that because Angela Kang is gonna be the show runner for that. I'm curious who's gonna be the showrunner for the Negan and Maggie spin-off though. I don't think I saw any information about that. If I see any information about that after I'm done with the video, I'm just gonna edit it in the video so you guys know. But I'm curious about that actually. Who's gonna be the showrunner for that? And the reason why there's no concept for like posters or maybe what the story is gonna be of the Dark Arrow spin-off is because Angela Kang is still doing the main show. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like though I agree with people that this should have kept the possibilities for the spin-offs for once the main show has actually ended. At the end of like the main show, there should have been a screen in which says these two spin-offs are happening, because now we practically know that Daryl, Carol, Maggie, and Negan are not gonna die. So yeah, I don't know. I am curious what you guys think about this though, so comment your thoughts down below and let's have a discussion about it. And also, before we end this video, I want to give a huge shout out to my currently 3 patrons on Patreon: Omar Bridgman, Deadpool, and Sanchez. Thank you guys for your support, I really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me that you have decided to support me and have continued to support me such a long time. Hope you continue to enjoy my content and continue to support me going forward. Thank you very much. And now, before we end this video, I just want to talk about something to you guys very quickly, which some of you may or may have not noticed before or know about me, that being the fact that I am trans. And yes, this may come as shocking to some of you because I don't really flaunt it that much on my channel, or at least I feel like I don't. Outside of like my K-pop reactions, which is where I feel like the most comfortable being myself like this. And yeah, I am in fact trans. I'm not necessarily full-on male to female, but I heavily want to transition to being pretty female. I do consider myself more non-binary though, or maybe gender fluid would be the best descriptor as well, because I do have occasional moments where I feel fine being like just a normal guy, but most of the time, like right now, I do feel very dysphoric. And that's why I'm asking you guys for any help that you can give me, because my situation right now, I don't really see any way outside of you guys' help. Because, and this is gonna be kept short and concise, I live with my parents. They're never going to accept me as a trans person. They just never will. And as a matter of fact, back when I started the YouTube channel, I was actually kind of slightly starting my transition back then, with like starting to grow out my hair. I even got to DIY HRT, but because my parents started noticing certain things like my behavior had changed a lot and my clothes had changed a lot, I kind of had to stop doing that because they were constantly nagging me about cutting my hair and just started to kind of be threatening in a certain way and felt like they were ashamed of me and everything. And that just kind of stress just tired me out to the point where I just gave up. But as dysphoria goes, it just doesn't go away, you know. I still feel like this, and in fact it's somewhat been intensifying again recently, so I just wanted to share this with you guys. And again, I would really appreciate any amount of support you can give me in regards to this, because I just don't see any way out of this. Because even if I moved out of my parents' house and got myself a job and everything, that's just not gonna work for long-term planning, because once I transition, it's like I probably will not be able to get myself a job because my country is very transphobic. Nobody gives a shit about LGBT people at all. So there's not even much I can do even in terms of transitioning here. So yeah, I don't know.
I just would appreciate any amount of support you can give me, be it monetarily or in any way otherwise. And this is not about boosting my channel or anything, or guilt tripping you with my sob story. I just wanted to get this off my chest and make my subscribers aware of the situation that I am in, and that I would appreciate anything that you guys can help me out with. It would mean literally everything. Like, for example, a friend that I made after starting this YouTube channel, my good friend Yuri, has been helping me out a lot. And I genuinely might have not been here if it wasn't for him showing up and befriending me. So yeah, this just went a little bit longer than I intended, but I would just really appreciate anything you can support me with. That's kind of ultimately what I'm trying to say.
And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. Also, check out the links in the description to my Twitter if you don't follow me over there, and to my Wattpad where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you don't enjoy my stories or simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to my Patreon or to my Coffee account, where you can pledge your support and help get the channel going, help support me so I can keep writing stories you enjoy. But if you don't want to do it, that's completely fine. You can still help me out in other ways, like liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and especially sharing this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. And I think this is pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!